Hello everyone, welcome to Adda 24/7. My name is Sandeep Samal and here we are connected for the FSSAI session. Okay, so yesterday we had a introductory session of FSSAI and today is the day 2 of the FSSAI session where we are going to take a look at the genesis and evolution of FSSAI and as well as the organizational structure of FSSAI. Okay, so these portions, whatever classes we are going to conduct here or we are going to discuss here, whatever topics we are going to discuss here are according to your syllabus. So the first topic of your syllabus is genesis and evolution of FSSAI, which we are going to discuss today, and the organizational structure also. Yeah, also the roles and functions. Okay, see, these topics are not that big that you cannot cover it with your job. Yesterday I checked so many comments that, sir, I am working here, sir, I am working there. So can I prepare for FSSAI? Yes, you can. Okay, because these topics are not that big. Okay, the content that you are going to study here is very precise. Okay, and you just have to give some amount of your time. Okay, so let's start the session. A very good morning. Yes, Subham, anyone can apply, anyone. Okay, but let me mention. Okay, let me mention, today is the last day. Today is the last day of application. So if you are going to apply for the form, then go ahead and apply. Okay, but Subham, you can only apply for assistant. Okay, not for CFSO or TO. Clear? Because there it has been mentioned agricultural sciences, but it has not been clarified that agricultural engineering students are eligible or not. Okay, so let's start the session. So the first one that we are going to see is the genesis and evolution of FSSAI. Yesterday in the introductory class I had already discussed that FSSAI was set up under the Food Safety and Standards Act 2006. Okay, but it was set up in the year 2008, but it didn't function at that time. Okay, so the work or the function or the the rules, the mandates were made in the year 2011. Okay, in the year 2011. So FSSAI was formally set up in the on 5th of August 2011 by then former minister, the Union Minister, okay, of Health, Dr. Ambubani Ramados. Okay, so this authority, the FSSAI, the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, was set up under the FSS Act 2006. Okay, very good morning, everyone. So, so FSSAI was established by former Union Health Minister Dr. Ambubani Ramados and Government of India on 5th August 2011 under Food Safety and Standards Act 2006. Okay, then Food Safety and Standards Authority of India is an autonomous body. Okay, so if you have attended any of the bilingual classes, you know that usually the MCQs can be formed from this sentence. For example, there was a question related to the autonomous body, that FSSAI is an autonomous body or not. Okay, now you can get some questions like statement related questions where you will get 3 to 4 statements and the question will be asked if which of the following statements are true or which of the following statements are false. Okay, next. No worries, if you have purchased, then go ahead, Shubham, apply, because it is stated that agricultural sciences. It has not been stated BSc agriculture or BTech agriculture or anything. So if you have applied, then go ahead, fill the form, okay, and continue the classes. After that, you can see if after the result is declared. So yeah, there isn't any interview, right? Just CBT 1 and CBT 2, and the final one is document verification. Okay, at that time you can see what the condition is, but if you have applied, if you have purchased the batches, then obviously go ahead and study. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, is an autonomous body established under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. Okay, so Rita Teotia is the current chairperson for FSSAI. Kindly remember these names, and Sri Arun Singhal is the current Chief Executive Officer for FSSAI. Clear? Next. The chairperson and Chief Executive Officer of FSSAI are appointed by the central government. Okay, so the chairperson as well as the CEO or the Chief Executive Officer, that means these people are appointed by the central government. The head office of the authority is located at FDA Bhavan, Kotla Road, New Delhi. Okay, so this is the location of the head office of FSSAI. Next, what are the roles of FSSAI? What does FSSAI do? We know that FSSAI is related to the food safety, but what exactly are these rules? What exactly are these regulations? Let's check that. Sorry, not rules and regulations, we are talking about the roles. Okay, what are the roles of FSSAI, or you can say what are the functions here? Okay, the main role of the authority is to regulate and monitor. What should they regulate and monitor? The first thing we are seeing here is the main role of the authority is to regulate and monitor. So there are 5 important things here that are regulated and monitored by the FSSAI, right? And what are the 5 things? Number 1, manufacture. Number 2, processing. Number 3, distribution. Number 4, sales. Number 5, imports. Okay, so how a product or how a food material or how a food article is manufactured, let it be the chips that you eat, let it be the cold drinks that you drink, okay, anything, okay, or it can be any kind of packed food or cooked food, okay. Then second one is the processing, okay. For example, when a certain thing is processed, okay, for example, from sugarcane you get sugar, jaggery, from wheat you get wheat flours, okay, and again from that wheat flour you get bread, okay, bread or maida, okay. What is the English term for maida? It is refined wheat flour, okay. Let's continue. So then again distribution, okay, yeah, FSSAI also looks after the distribution, that when the food is distributed. Now what exactly does it looks after in the distribution process? It's not that how much food is distributed, rather how the food is distributed, okay. Now what do I mean by the term how the food is distributed? So how the food is distributed means when the food is transported, when the food is sent from one place to another, what are the conditions in which it is sent? Is there any kind of unhygienic conditions? Is there any kind of condition that that challenges the safety of the food? Okay, so these are the things that are usually taken care of. Okay. So then fourth one is sale, obviously, okay, whenever you purchase anything, especially medicines or any kind of food products, usually you look after the expiry date, right? Or you look after, right? Or are there some people who skip that part? You shouldn't skip that part, okay. It is important to check the expiry date, okay. Now whenever we are checking the expiry date of the product, obviously we are taking care of the food safety here, okay. So and the final one is import, okay. Whenever a food article is imported into our country, so it is made sure that the food article that has been imported is completely safe. It doesn't carry any kind of biological risk or any kind of hazard or any kind of potential risk here, okay. Now see, this is important. For example, if when we are exporting something, we take care that the product that we are exporting should be completely safe, or else there will be a trade ban. That can be a trade ban, okay. So similar things can happen with the countries also, okay. Anyone can mix anything else in the food product and send it, okay. So these things are checked by the custom officials or the people of the tax department, okay, the custom department especially, okay. Next, import of food while ensuring safe and wholesome food to the consumers, okay. So it is ensured that the consumer who get the food, the consumer should get safe and wholesome food. Now what is wholesome food? Especially that the food is completely intact in its proper okay, the food is completely intact as it should be, okay. And for example, whenever we are processing a particular food, a certain layer of vitamin gets eliminated or a certain fiber gets eliminated, okay. So these kind of things should not be there, okay, and the consumer should get wholesome food. The junk food that we eat is not wholesome food, okay. Next, the Act lays down the following main function for discharge by the authority, okay. This Act, what it does, it lays down so many functions for the discharge of the authority. Now what are the functions that should be or that are discharged by the authority? Okay, let's take a look at that. The first point is prescribing the standards and guidelines. Obviously, whenever we are doing something, we have a set of objective in our mind, we have a set of limit, we have a set of standard in our mind that our work should reach a certain level, okay. For example, when I am delivering content to you, I make sure that the content delivered to you is the best content out there. Okay, so similarly, whenever you are doing any work, okay, if you are eating, you have some kind of goal in the mind, like, yeah, I want to eat this, okay, I want to eat that, right? So similarly, whenever we are asking the food business operators or the restaurants for taking care of the food safety, then we should also ensure that, yeah, they have a set of standards and guidelines to which they can adhere, or to which they should comply, and they should maintain the safety and hygiene of the food. Okay, next, so standards and guidelines in relation to food and specified appropriate system for the enforcement. Okay, so enforcement means there are standards and guidelines. Now these needs to be enforced so that the food business operators or the restaurant owners should follow this particular thing. Second one, specifying limits. Okay, so there are limits to certain things, like what can be added to the food product, what cannot be added. If a particular thing is being added to the food product, then what should be the limit at which it should be added. So there are so many limits here for the additives. Okay, what can be added to the food. Okay, now additive doesn't mean that it is adulteration. Okay, it means that a particular thing can be added to the food product. Contaminants. Okay, for example, if the food is contaminated, now there is a certain, for example, microbial contamination. Okay, so in case of microbial contamination, if there is we can consume the food up to a certain level of microbial contamination. Okay, now here I won't use the word contamination. Why? Because if I am using the word contamination, then obviously we cannot eat that food. Okay, so it means the microbial activity, if there is any kind of microbial activity in the food, then we can consume it to a certain extent. But after that, okay, the food becomes sour, the food tastes really bad, the food instead of giving aroma, it gives a bad smell. Okay, so in those cases, the foods cannot be consumed. Then pesticides and veterinary drug residues. Whenever we are spraying pesticides, fertilizers, usually there are residues in the crops. Okay, so in those, again, these residues are not easily removed. Okay, so we have to take care of that, or FSSAI take care of that these residues are properly removed, or there is a certain percentage to which these residues can be allowed. Okay, next, heavy metals, processing aids, mycotoxins. Now these are the toxins produced by the fungus, antibiotics and pharmacological active substances, and irradiated foods. Now some foods go through irradiation process. Okay, so in that case, the radiation that the food goes through should be restricted to a certain limit. Next, what are the other roles of FSSAI? Lay down food labeling standards, including claims on health, nutrition, special dietary uses, and food category system for foods. Clear? Next, lay down methods of sampling, analysis, and exchange of information among enforcement agencies, prescribing procedures and guidelines for accreditation of certification bodies and laboratories. Okay, so first one, obviously there are some foods that claim that, yeah, we can heal this, we can heal that. That should not be any kind of miscommunication. Okay, the advertisement that they are doing should be the right one. Okay, in second point, lay down methods of sampling, analysis, and exchange of information. Okay, so the informations or the analysis sorry, not information, let me rectify my statement here. Okay, the sampling that is done by the CFSO or the Central Food Safety Officer, okay, or the State Food Safety Officer, okay, so that should be according to the rules that has been laid down by the FSSAI. Okay, then again, analysis, that means testing. Okay, so testing, there are laboratories where you can get the food samples analyzed or tested. Okay, and finally the exchange of information, that who are the people who are in this circle, within those people the information should be shared, right? Next, among enforcement agencies, prescribing procedures and guidelines for accreditation of certification bodies and laboratories. Then taking up, summarizing and analyzing relevant scientific and technical data on incidence and prevalence of biological or emerging risk. Okay, so usually what the technical team does is they look after a particular sector. Okay, now risk, What is that? Yeah, biological or emerging risk. For example, they may get information that a certain contamination is being observed at a particular place, and that might emerge into a bigger risk like a biological risk or even a hazard, right? So here what these technical committee or the scientific panel or the scientific committee should do is, what should they do? Yeah, their work is to look after, yeah, this risk, whatever is going to emerge, they should contain it, first point. If they cannot contain it, or what do I mean is, if they cannot prevent it, then what they should do? Obviously, they should think of some mitigating measures. What does it mean? That after the contamination has already spread, what we can do to change the situation, okay? Is it important for OSSC food safety officer? Yes, food science is important for OSSC food safety officer. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. So those are the functions. Here it is the governing structure of FSSAI. How does the FSSAI work? So there is a food authority here, which is the apex body. Foods, it is again divided into two divisions here. One is your food standards, another one is the compliance and inspection. So food standards again has the scientific committee and scientific panels who look into the food safety management system, the food the testing or the analysis system, and they do come up with a lot of new technological innovations. Okay, whereas the compliance and inspection team looks after that the rules and regulations that have been laid down by the FSSAI are being followed or not, the licenses are being issued or not, are the food business operators or the restaurant, are they okay, so the food business operators or the restaurants, are they adhering to the rules and regulations or not? So compliance and inspection have one central advisory committee, okay, so that works for the center, and one state level steering committee that helps in carrying out the tasks that should be carried out in a particular state. And then again we have district level advisory committee. So usually these people here, these committees or these the compliance and inspection team usually deals with licensing and food safety at ground level. Then so next one is the divisions. Okay, what are the different divisions of FSSAI? Here we have, I think, 11 divisions. Okay, so among these 11 divisions, let me tell you, the first one is standards division. This division takes care of the standards. Okay, what are the standards to be maintained in a for the particular food or for the food safety. Okay, second one is regulation or codex division. We will discuss about codex, what exactly is codex. Okay, so basically this regulation division is about the codex here. Okay, next one is the regulatory compliance or surveillance division. That means the food business operators or the restaurants, are they following all the rules and regulations or not? Then we have quality assurance or surveillance division. Okay, so what is this quality assurance and surveillance division here? Again, this surveillance division works for the compliance. This surveillance division works for the quality assurance. That means the food that is being produced is up to mark or not. Okay, human resource vigilance and training division. So training for the food business operators as well as the employees. Okay, next one is the finance division, taking care of all the finance related matters. Okay, regarding the fees for the licensing and everything. Okay, very good morning everyone, welcome to the session. Then we have here is the imports division. Okay, now while talking about the imports division, okay, so again there are custom officials, there are authorized officers. We will talk about these officers and these officials in upcoming classes. Okay, so these people take care of the import, the food that is being imported, it is safe or not. Then it comes risk assessment and R&D division. Okay, so the risk of the risk that can emerge from a particular food and the research and division that should be done for the food. Okay, then FSMS, what exactly is FSMS here? Food safety and management system. Okay, Food Safety and Management System. This is known as the FSMS division. Then again, General Administration division, to check that all the employees are performing their work or not, all the work that is being done in the authority, is it up to the mark or not. And finally, the Legal division, handling all kinds of cases and all kinds of, if for example FSSAI goes to the court against some food business operator and all, the Legal division handles that. Okay. So I think we are done. This was for today. Okay, these topics are to be covered in FSSAI. Okay, so today we covered the roles, the genesis and evolution, as well as the organizational structure. Okay, so regarding the batches, let me just show you the batches that are available here. So as see, the people who know Hindi, I know you have already bought the batch, okay, but this session is for those people who don't understand Hindi, right? This is for the people who need the batch in English. So we have English batches here. What you can do is, you can go here, all courses. For example, just choose your state, go to state exams, okay, and choose your state, or else what you can do is, yeah, go to the state exam, choose your state. For example, here there is West Bengal state exam. So I chose West Bengal state exam. Scroll up. Where is FSSAI? Yeah. So what you can do is, here, see, here in exam section you have FSSAI. Okay, so just go ahead, choose your state, whatever. The classes will be in English. If I am choosing FSSAI West Bengal, see what you have here. You have the FSSAI assistant, personal assistant and junior grade assistant batch, where the subject will only be FSSAI, not the English, Maths, Reasoning and all. Then you have CFSO TO, where you will get Food Science and FSSAI. And now we have launched another Mahapack for only agriculture Mahapack. Okay, here you will get all the agriculture related exams. Right now FSSAI and IBPS SO batches have been included in agriculture Mahapack. Okay, so just let me show you this one. Okay, see, the agriculture Mahapack, the validity is 12 months. Okay, you are getting a lot of ebooks, live classes, mock tests, everything. There are so many see, all live classes, all test series, all recorded batches, all ebooks. Exams that are included right now is FSSAI and IBPS AFO, but all the agriculture exams will be included, like FSSAI Assistant, CFSO TO, FCI AGM, FCI Technical Officer, IBPS SO AFO, Bank of Maharashtra, IFCO, NABARD, NSC, Haryana, ADO, state agriculture exams. Okay, and see, if you are having 2 tiers of the exams, then both the tiers will also be included here. Okay, so for this exact particular Mahapack here is for 12 months of validity. To purchase this, you can go to view offers. Okay, you have to enter your email ID first. Okay, here my email ID has already been logged in, and the code is Y291. Y291. Okay, so just apply and you will get this. Okay, sorry, it is Y291S. Okay, it is Y291S. So just apply this and you are going to get this batch at 9,199. Okay, so make sure that you apply this code Y291S. Then again, let me check, let me show you here. See, for example, if you go for CFSO or TO batch here, it is priced at 12,999. Okay, but when you apply the code, here you have to apply the code Y291. Okay, for Mahapack you have to apply Y291S, but for here you have to apply only Y291 and you will get the course at 2,989. Okay, similarly for the assistant batch, you can go to view offers. Again Y291. For all FSSAI courses, you can apply Y291. For all the other courses, you can apply Y291S. You will get this batch at 2069. Clear, guys? So I hope so this session was helpful. We will meet again tomorrow at the same time. Okay, and we'll discuss another topic. If you are planning to enroll in the batches, then don't delay and enroll in these batches. And the second thing is today is 12th November and it is the last day for the application. So if you haven't applied for FSSAI, then go ahead and apply. Okay, so we'll meet again tomorrow at the same time in another session. Till then, take care, goodbye and stay safe.